Hey guys, just continuing my little theme on leadership based on the seminar we did the other day, The Complete Leader. I want to talk about something that struck me really strongly in Ron Price's seminar. He talks about 4 qualities of a leader. So in the system that we use, the TTI, Target Training International Success Insights, 25 competencies. We say there's 25 competencies, and Ron Price groups them into 4 groups. And he said 4 things about a leader. So the first thing is that he says leaders are clear thinkers. I like that, it's good. Leaders lead themselves, and this is what I want to come back to in a moment. Leaders lead others, and leaders are authentic. So we have the 4 things. Clear thinkers, lead themselves, lead others, and are authentic. And I want to talk about the second one for a moment. Leaders lead themselves. I think if you pay attention to the people that you admire, the leaders that you admire, the people say, he's a good leader, and ask yourself the question, what is it about them that strikes you? Is it a skill? Is it knowledge? Is it charisma? And these things are all good things. But often you will find, and certainly for me, the insight for me, what struck me was that the leaders that I reflect on, and I can think of them right back from when I was doing my internships coming out of college, right through to recent experience. Again, the likes of Ron Price, just looking at these people. They all have one thing in common. They manage themselves. They are self-aware. It's all EQ, all emotional intelligence. They are self-aware, and they regulate themselves. So they have this level of awareness, of understanding of themselves. They are able to regulate their behaviours, regulate their responses, regulate their emotions. And they're able to respond first from a point of reason, based on values, based on principles, and then from a point of emotion, if you wish, able to respond. And because they can do that, they can then respond appropriately to who's in front of them. They can pay attention to who's in front of them. They can listen to who's in front of them. They can respond to who's in front of them. So they can then, as a consequence, have relationships with others and manage their relationships with others and understand others. So when you look at EQ, the whole notion of self-awareness, self-regulation, intrinsic motivation, understanding others and managing relationships with others, when you look at those 5 elements of EQ, and look at the idea of complete leadership, leaders lead themselves, you realise that the leadership journey actually starts by looking in the mirror at yourself and realising that the regulation, understanding and regulating yourself is the first step, the first critical step on the journey to leadership. And unless you're willing and able to do that, you're killing yourself if you think that others are going to follow you. I talked in a previous clip about positional leadership and expert leadership, but character leadership, true leadership comes from character. People follow you because they want to follow you, because they admire you, because they look at you and they realise you walk your talk, you're the real McCoy, you're authentic, that you're able to understand, and you regulate yourself and you respond appropriately. So I want you to think about this. If you're interested in starting or continuing your leadership journey, forget about everybody out there, forget about the followers, forget about all that. Look at yourself and decide that you're going to start regulating yourself, understanding yourself, managing yourself, disciplining yourself. That's where true leadership starts. And if you do that and lead like that, you will have followers.